All right, time for another pick review. Again, caveats. Don't eliminate the brightest or the darkest or the best or the worst sounding things for yourself. Compare them to the standard picks I'll show you later. Also, this is for my room, my mandolin, my microphone, so your mileage will definitely vary. The reference picks I'm going to use, again, BlueChip CT-55, Immortal pick, extremely popular, and also one of my favorite picks that I've been using for quite a while, the D'Addario Thile casein, quite used, so all the markings have worn off. But the picks I'm here to review today are 3 different picks by Hense, or Hense, not quite sure the pronunciation. I'm just going to say Hense for the rest of the time. And these are 3 completely different materials. So this is a Hense casein pick. This is what they call the Midnight Blue pick, or Midnight Blue plastic. And this is the Speedy Cream pick. These 2 are both a plastic. This one is, again, a casein pick. All the picks today are 1.4 millimeters. All of them have right hand bevels. So really this is mostly a pick shape and a pick material difference that we'll be hearing today. So again, I'll just play stuff and I'll try to compare the reference picks that you might know and have with the Hense ones that I'm going after today. So I'll start with a BlueChip CT-55 and I'll just do a slow scale and work down the picks. I'll just skip to a wound string, or an unwound string now. There you go, basic sounds so far. I'll play through something that I think pulls a lot of tone out of different picks. Again, the prelude to Bach's Fifth Cello Suite. And I'll do something a little faster. So I'm going to be really honest. I kind of like all of these picks right now for a lot of different reasons. I'm actually not sure which one I'm going to like best. Part of the reason I'm doing these reviews are kind of for myself as well. I'm interested to hear how the picks sound through the microphone that I'm using right now, a ribbon mic, which is typically a bit darker than a lot of mics that people use. This is a Royer R-122 MkII microphone that I've been using for recording lately. And I've found that it handles brighter picks like the casein picks actually really well. It gives a little bit more sonic spread up into the high frequencies, so it kind of de-emphasizes the lower frequencies, which is one of the reasons that I've drifted away from really liking the BlueChip CT-55, not just for this microphone, for others as well. But honestly, the kind of the pick thunking sound was getting to me. So the casein picks add more stuff into the higher frequencies to kind of balance that back out. I'm going to play a little bit of Red Haired Boy just so you can get some bluegrass feel and some faster picks as well. So I'm going to take a quick second in tune. Okay. Hopefully you can already hear differences. I'm going to do something a little bit odd here. So I'm going to compare these two picks, the BlueChip and the Speedy Cream pick. And then I'm going to compare the two casein picks. So the D'Addario casein pick and the Hense casein pick. I think those are the most similar pairs. The Midnight Blue I'll talk about a little bit later. But first, let's get to this initial comparison. So, BlueChip CT-55 first. A little slower. Okay, there's the song. That's hopefully a good sample to tell between the two. One of the other things I've kind of always complained about, even from my very first pick review that I ever did, like 3-something years ago now, the BlueChip pick, the material that it has, always seems to just slide off the string really fast. And I've never quite liked that. It's almost seemed a bit too slippery for me. The Hense Speedy Cream material is very similar to BlueChip, but I feel like it has just a little bit more tactile feedback, a little bit less slip across the string, and maybe it's the tip shape or something as well. But I really like the balance of the frequencies it gets across the mandolin and the speed it comes off the string. I think it's honestly one of my favorites. It has a really sweet sound. I'm going to go back and forth between the two casein picks then, and then I'll talk about the Midnight Blue. Trying to remember what I did here. I'll do some Red-Haired Boy again. go. I think I did about the same songs there. I'm going to do the last song just on the Midnight Blue here. Think of a good comparison. Let's compare just the blue chip with the blue one, just as a very common reference point. So I think that's a good amount of playing. I will caveat the sound of the Hense casein is probably going to evolve. I had a video up a couple days ago about how the D'Addario casein sounds at this age, about 11 months old, compared to when it's brand new. And a lot of the characteristics of the brand new pick compared to this one come through in this one well. It's kind of almost a thinner sounding playing on the high strings just because there's a little bit less grip. I think this one will grip in a little bit as it gets some moisture and some use into it. So I'll be interested to see how this one evolves. I want to talk about the Midnight Blue one like I promised. To me, this feels like it's still a high quality plastic. I think it'll wear a long time, but I almost get the sense compared to especially the Speedy Cream and the BlueChip that it's almost more of a clay kind of feel. Just kind of the way it sounds on as you drop it, the way it kind of drags across the string, and kind of the plink noise that the pick itself makes. Also, it does seem to abrade. Somebody brought this to my attention just before I started playing it today, and I noticed it happening. The pick material does seem to abrade off onto the wound strings a bit. I'm noticing a little bit of blue plastic building up right around where I have my pick, and this is the only pick I've really noticed that on. So if I were to kind of pick how I would want to use these different picks here, BlueChip would be like my immortal backup. It's impossible to break. It'll always sound fine. The casein picks I like for the sonic spread. The Speedy Cream pick I like for the sweetness of it. And the Midnight Blue pick I think would be an amazing pick for me personally, playing live in front of a dynamic mic especially, or jamming. So I had a really awesome time playing right after I pulled these out of the bag, and just the shape of the tip is really nice, the material is really nice, and the way it just yanks sound out of this, it almost sounds like it's an overdrive. And it was just an absolute riot to play with. I don't think it would sound great recording with, but if you just wanted to shred it on stage and or on a jam session, something like that, I think this would be the perfect pick for that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. It pulls a really consistent, almost overdrivey sound. I've kind of talked about the D'Addario casein sounding a bit overdrivey sometimes. This one is almost an electric overdrive compared to just a very deep maximum tone all the time. It's honestly a really fun pick to play with. However, I'll be interested to see as I go through the next few days and weeks how I end up liking this pick. This one has a really, really sweet sound. I'll be interested to hear how it comes through the ribbon mic. Hopefully it's not too thunky, it's not too hard to mix. But I really like the sound of that one so far, and it sounds very even to me. So that's the Hense picks. Price-wise, I got these all for the same price. I see them in the wild for about $17.50 to $20 each. I got all these for $20 each just because I was buying them all from the same place, namely Artisan Guitars in Franklin, Tennessee. And so I was able to get all three at the same time. So they cost less than either of these two picks. Again, the D'Addario casein's about $25 right now, and I think the BlueChip is $30 or $35. I really need to go back and look that up and be sure of that. So all three of these picks are definitely in the boutique price range, but less than the other ones that happen to be out there that I happen to like as well. So hopefully that's helpful. And I'll be interested to see what you think. I think you should try all of them, honestly. I'm going to have these in my regular rotation. So enjoy. Thanks.